Number one success tip. This is a spoiler alert. I know it's maybe coming too early in the podcast. All of my peers told me I was crazy. You're an idiot. Why? Look how much business you're passing up. And my business doubled that year. I went from having a $600,000 a year business to over $1 million a year. All those same friends that mocked me and called me stupid, a year later were like, how did you do this? And they're like, Pedro, I'm called to the world. I'm going to change the world. You are not going to change the world. The world's a big-ass place. There's like 8 billion people. Mark Zuckerberg hasn't changed the world. The world's huge. There are people in this world who don't even know what Facebook is. Guys, just be willing. Trust the process.
All right, so we'll start the interview pretty much when we get rolling. However, I'm going to show you how to take off, and you're going to take off and playing yourself.
How about we not do that?
No, it'll be great. Go ahead and hold the control like right here. So you hold it right there. That's about where you want it when we're rolling, and then you're just going to slowly lift off, and it'll take us off. When I say pull back, you just pull back on the stick a little bit, fly us out. Pretty simple. There's 100%. So go ahead and put the stick like right there. So hold it right there. 60 knots, 100%, everything looking good. There's 90 knots. Pull up, pull back. A little bit more. You're flying. Pull back. There you go. Climb us up. A little bit less. Just push the stick. Push the nose forward just a little bit. There you go. Gears coming up. The nose down a little bit more, so just push it forward slightly. And a left turn. Give me a left turn. Left turn. There you go. Go ahead. Come more left. There you go. This is nice. And let me just check our altitude here. You feel good? Doing great, man. We'll just hold that altitude right there while I check our limit. Alright, we can go up to 7,000, 6,500. Okay, come left a little bit more. So you're turning left. Nice job. Roll out a little bit. You're flying, so just
going
turn
down.
Yeah, I know. Pull back a little bit. You don't want to go down, so pull back a little. There you go. If you feel like we're going down, so roll out, trying to wings level. So just turn right a little bit. Right here, I'll help you. Don't fight me. Right there, you feel that? So that's like wings level. That's like level. And we were going down. So now we're going up. You can see more sky than ground, right? Turn right a little bit. So just turn right a little bit. That way. Don't look. There's nothing to see down here. Everything's outside. It's a beautiful day. And so fly over to that lake right there. So fly to the lake. Turn right. It's hard, isn't it? All right, I'll take the controls for a second. I'm flying.
Whoa, why is it going down?
That's me. It's not going down. I'm leveling off. We were climbing like 1,000 feet per minute.
Just scared.
What are you scared? Why are you scared? Tell me why.
Oh, bro, I've never done this before.
I know. So it's new, right?
This is scary.
The new, little bumpy.
This is a very good lesson for me.
Who are you, and what are you doing in my airplane?
I was gonna ask you the same thing, bro. My name is Pedro Adao. I'm known as the challenge guy in the online marketing world. I went to the 100X Academy over 5 years ago, literally about 5 years this time. God tricked me into going online and teaching what I had learned about becoming a 7-figure kingdom entrepreneur, which means you incorporate your faith, your biblical worldview, and biblical values into business. So there's no compromising. There's no Christian on Sunday and then acting just like the world Monday through Friday. Changed my entire life. We met somehow through probably the ClickFunnels world and marketing events. We've become friends. I've had you come speak at my events. And you're here and you're playing because we're at a mastermind together. We've been talking about doing this for a year. And it just was perfect. You're here, I'm here. And my wife is not here. If she was here, this would not be happening.
All right, you said you were scared. What is it? Why is that? What do you mean by that?
I felt fear because I had never done this before. I felt fear. And the lesson I just got already is like, I trust you, bro. 100 million%. Right? This is gonna be on your YouTube channel, right? So like, your people should know you, and they should know that you have like an incredible career in the Navy as not just a pilot, but like a test pilot. Like, that's the thing that impressed me the most about your flying career. That you were the guy they would use to try and break the planes, crash the planes, right? So I'm like, could not trust somebody more to fly this plane, and yet I am still afraid. So it proved to me, I did not know this, that I could have complete confidence in you and still be afraid about going on this journey with you. You know, I wasn't expecting that, but it's normal. It's my first time doing this. You know,
we've got the Grand Canyon off the nose. It's absolutely beautiful. So we just flew over Lake Mead, Hoover Dam. We're going into the Grand Canyon. We're on the very west side of the Grand Canyon right now.
Wow, look at that.
This is it. If you look down, you can see like thousands of feet of drop off, and we're entering the edge of the Grand Canyon. The Colorado River is coming into play. It's really, really incredible. So the Colorado River splits off from Lake Mead, and that's what we see going right under us, around to the left. And so we'll see it zig in and out of the direction that we go through the canyon. All right, so what you're saying is that you can have full faith and trust in someone, and then go into an uncomfortable environment and realize that you're still a little scared.
Yeah, and that's what we ask our clients to do every day. Like they trust me. They trust in me, what I've done in my results. They probably even trust in the vehicle. Like I trust you. I trust the plane. Because I trust the plane, because I also trust you. And yet, I am still doing something new. And then, so of course, like fear. And for me, I had a story too. The story I have, its truth, is one of the greatest, if not the greatest influence and mentor in my life, died in a plane crash, a private plane crash. That really did happen. And I know I know the story, I know why it happened. It was a really strange accident. Now it's like there's these stories of that even are irrelevant, Bill. It's irrelevant. That's what I'm like, and yet like that story is coming up, and it has nothing to do with this today, and yet I'm successful. I'm a grown-ass man. I'm 48 years old. I've gone through I've overcome hard things in my life, and yet here right now, boom, like I'm having to be like, oh man, this is fear. So it's a good reminder, a good lesson for me.
I think it's a good lesson for everybody. So. You do something new, there's always going to be some level of fear, some level of seeming risk that you have to push through and figure out a way to push through that. Well, this is the Pedro that I saw for the first time last year that I absolutely love, because normally when we're at the mastermind meetings, I get to know the marketing challenge guy, Pedro. But before we get into that guy, have you ever watched the show before?
No.
Yeah, this show?
It's
okay.
brand new.
Good. So then you don't know what we're going to do next, which is awesome.
Oh, no.
So that's just the autopilot kicking off. I'm going to take over manually. All right, so this is the time in the show where you get to fly like a fighter pilot. You ready for that? Do you get airsick?
No.
Okay,
no,
cool.
No,
good.
no.
So, yeah.
I don't know if I get airsick.
Yeah, so we're about to find out. We're going to pull a little bit of G's. So just a couple G's here, everybody. Here we go. There's about 2, 3 G's.
No.
Okay,
What?
do you want more than that, or that was enough?
I didn't even want that. What are we doing right now?
So just a couple times the force of gravity. So when I do like a loop or aerobatics or anything like
We're
that.
not doing the loop, bro.
No, we won't do a loop.
No.
But that was only like 1.5 G's. We could go to like 3.5. Do you want to go to a higher level of G-force? You seem a little scared.
Well, bro, talking about fighter pilot and stuff, and you just kind of threw this one on me, man. It's a little,
yeah, I mean that's it. That's what we're trying to do here. So that was positive G's. So here's a little bit of like 0 G, okay?
Oh, dude! Oh, dude, no.
All right, everybody okay?
No.
All right,
Hey,
so didn't like that one. You like the other one?
Bro, don't make me cuss.
All right.
You're talking about God, and then trying.
All right.
That was Tower of Terror.
That was Tower of Terror, yeah.
Which I like that, right?
Okay,
because
good.
Because my head, dude, I need a little more headroom right here. I hit my head. Hey, the water bottle came flying.
Yeah. So sometimes we got some things to go for. I'm glad the lids were on the water bottles and stuff. All right. So we're in the Grand Canyon. Let's come down to like, I think we come down like 8,500 feet here.
The record, Bill tricked me. He didn't tell me we were doing that. That's a sneak attack.
Yeah, it was a sneak attack. You're right. So.
I'm glad I didn't watch the show, because I probably would have been like, hey.
All right. So let's talk about like challenge marketing, Pedro. It seems like that's somebody who I see a lot at the mastermind meetings and things like that. Absolutely brilliant. So what are some things that you're doing right now that's working that you could share with some of the people that are watching, or recommendations that you would have from that guy?
Challenges have been around for a long time as a marketing concept. I did not invent them. I just kind of re-innovated, reimagined, and created a whole new challenge method in the last 5 years. And it's taken over the entire online marketing game. The biggest entrepreneurs in the world, people like Dean Graziosi, Tony Robbins, Russell Brunson, Grant Cardone, like the biggest entrepreneurs on the planet are using my challenge framework when stakes are the highest, when they're doing the biggest and most important promotions and launches of their entire year. They're using my 5-day challenge model. And what's crazy about this challenge framework, it works incredible for the biggest entrepreneurs in the world, and yet it's also proven to be the most effective marketing strategy for brand new entrepreneurs, early stage people making their first dollar, their first $10,000 online. This exact same framework is incredible to the point that this Russell Brunson licensed challenge training to be in his $25,000 coaching program, and taught this to his students first, saying before you do anything else, before you go try this or try a webinar, try that, he said, let Pedro help you do your first challenge. And so challenge is just a way to basically serve people, give people results in advance. It builds know, like, and trust unlike any other marketing method exists. And human beings, we just wire this way, we prefer and we would rather transact and do business with people that we know, like, and trust. Business is nothing more than exchanging money for the solving of a problem, and business transactions are done on the basis of trust.
Talking about this challenge model,
Yes.
what is a tip that you can give to somebody out there who's run some challenges and they haven't been successful? Like, what are a couple steps that they can do just by watching this that can increase their revenue and change their challenge?
I will give you, right now, the 2 biggest mistakes people make when running a challenge, and quite frankly, when trying to do when launching any kind of online business. The 2 biggest mistakes. Like here's, every time someone goes, oh, I did a challenge, it didn't work, it flopped. I can tell you why. They made either one or both of these mistakes. Okay. Mistake number 1 is that they did not, and they have not selected a sufficiently micro-niched, small enough segment of a market to go serve, okay? So I call this the micro-niche. You've probably heard the saying forever, it's been around for probably hundreds and hundreds of years, maybe longer, that there's riches in the niches, right? And that used to be true, my friends. So you've probably heard that said, there's riches in the niches. Well, guess what? Not anymore. Today, in 2023 and beyond, when you're watching this video, the amount of people who are creating content on YouTube, social media, trying to have an online business, running ads, it is so difficult to get attention and cut through the noise. So the niches are now noisy. Okay? That's a Pedro Adao quote. The niches are noisy, and if you want to actually cut through the noise, you have to get deeper and more narrow, more focused, and what I call a micro niche, which is essentially like minimal viable market. It is like the smallest possible market you can boil it down to, while still having enough customers to possibly make a business around. Okay, so first mistake people make, they don't carve that niche deep enough. Usually because they're lazy, or they are arrogant, and they're like, Pedro, I don't want a micro niche. I'm called to the world. I'm going to change the world. You are not going to change the world. The world's a big-ass place. There's like 8 billion people. You are not. Mark Zuckerberg hasn't changed the world. Elon Musk ain't changing the world. The world's huge. There are people in this world who don't even know what Facebook is, right? So like just like listen, like just be, like have some humility that there's 8 billion people on this planet, and God's got a plan to use all of them. But you can change your world. You can change your world. But people I know, Bill, that talk about changing the world never do anything because they're living in a fantasy land. So listen. Think about the world you can affect, okay? So carve a micro niche, get specific. My first 7-figure business was as a financial planner in the retirement space. I micro niched in, and I was serving female Christian nurses over the age of 55 within a 15-minute drive of my office. All of my peers told me I was crazy. You're an idiot. Why? Look how much business you're passing up. You could be working with men, women of other professions. Why would you walk past all this business just to go serve nurses? And my business doubled that year. I went from having a $600,000 a year business to over $1 million a year. All those same friends that mocked me and called me stupid, a year later were like, how did you do this? And so, guys, just be willing. Trust the process. 1, carve a micro niche. Challenges that flop, they're trying to serve many people. Which creates a second problem, which is their challenge didn't have a cool enough big idea. Not all challenges are equal. As awesome as challenges are, not all challenges are equal. Your challenge still needs to be sexy, needs to be appealing. It should stop the scroll. Someone to see that challenge in the ad or see in a post and be like, dude, that's super cool. I want to do that. Wait, what is this? So you want to have a big idea for your challenge.
Can you give an example of that big idea? Like, what's one that you've done?
My best big idea, I talk about it a lot, it's my 31-day wisdom challenge I run in the month of January. It's for my faith-based market, and it's a simple hook. There's 31 chapters in the book of Proverbs. That's an ancient book of wisdom in the Old Testament. Here's the hook. Start your year off right, prioritizing the wisdom of God. Kick your year off by literally gaining wisdom from God. So it's in the month of January. It's 31 days. There's 31 chapters in the book of Proverbs, the book of wisdom. So we literally read one chapter a day for 31 days. I have a different awesome Christian influencer, pastor, ministry leader, entrepreneur, politician, government official, right? Musicians. I got people from all walks of life who are friends of mine, people I know, and so it's every day I'm live with a different amazing person. We're reading a chapter from Proverbs. We're sharing what that chapter is talking about. We break it down. We share personal testimonies about how wisdom has changed our life. It's all free the month of January. Like that challenge this year, we had 75,000 people opt in. And it produces the lowest cost per lead of anything I do all year. Why? Because people, my avatar, the people that I serve in my faith-based business, most of them all want to read the Bible more. They want to come into the brand new year reading their Bible more, growing closer to God. They already believe in the Bible. They already believe in the wisdom. And now I'm making an easy way for them to start the year off right, doing something they already know they want to do more of. And now I made it fun. I made it cool. I put together amazing, well-known Christian influencers. We've had Osteen on. We've had John Maxwell on. I've had Derek Carr, quarterback of the Raiders, now the New Orleans Saints. I mean, I can keep going and going and going. That's a big idea. That's a big idea, and it's a big idea because it also is it's a great time for that hook. It's January, yep. So I have a whole thing called the Big Idea Framework, and when I'm consulting with people, consulting with their businesses, that's where I spend the bulk of my time, is coming up with a sick challenge idea. The challenge, what's the name? What's it about? Because if we get the big idea, we are 95% of the way there. The rest of it is just running the play.
Yeah.
So that's it, guys. Don't make that mistake. A beautiful sun right now.
It is beautiful.
By the clouds. It's beautiful.
It's absolutely incredible. You mentioned a faith-based entrepreneur community that you have. This seems to be a little bit counterintuitive potentially for a lot of people listening. Is a lot of Christians struggle with making a lot of money. How do you handle that, or what are some of your thoughts and beliefs on that?
Well, a lot of Christians struggle with a lot of things. Making money is one of them. There's all kind of things. And so the fact is, most people believe when they're raised in religion, okay, that there's this thing called religion, there's this thing called their faith. They have these beliefs about God and maybe Jesus and the afterlife and heaven. They have all these beliefs that they were taught as a child or maybe learned as an adult. And the biggest issue I saw is those beliefs about God and spirituality were completely disconnected from how they showed up in the marketplace. There's principles and beliefs and values that they aspired to in theory and had no problem seemingly to celebrate and acknowledge on Sunday, but real faith and real spirituality must be practical. And so the thing that I think I'm helping solve is help people realize there should be no separation between your faith, your spirituality, and how you show up and how you serve in the real world, right? It's not like you have a job or a career and then you have a ministry. It's completely like that. That was done away with Jesus. Okay, that was done away with Jesus. You don't have a ministry, you are a ministry. The word ministry simply is short for the word administration. All of us, if you are a follower of Jesus, if you are in the kingdom of God, then all of us have the obligation and the opportunity to be a steward and advancer of the kingdom of God. Our job is to administer and create, subdue the earth, have dominion over the earth, and make earth look like heaven. Is most people see problems in the earth and they expect God to, God's in control, hey, Brother Pedro, God's in charge, God's in control. He's in charge and control of where? Of what and where? He's not in charge of earth. He put us in charge of earth. He's in charge of heaven, but the earth he gave us. So man is failing at our job of ruling and managing earth. We're destroying our planet. We're doing all kinds of atrocities to each other in the name of religion, money, greed, all kinds of stuff. Then we want to blame God. Oh, if there was a God, why do we have problems on the earth? Because God said, I'll put you guys in charge. Every problem on the earth today is not God's problem, it's our problem.
I like that. It's incredible. You mentioned a one-word, stewardship. So stewardship is one of my core values in my company, in my life. What does that mean to you?
You simply acknowledge that everything that I have is God's. It belongs to Him. He's given me the opportunity to manage it, care for it, multiply it, use it for His glory, use it to solve problems and serve people. And so like on a very just at a foundational level, that's what stewardship is acknowledging I'm not the owner, this is entrust to me, let me do a great job with this, so that if at any time it's asked of me, right, or the owner wants it back, the owner comes back for it, or if I'm passing this on to my kids or someone else, I did a great job of managing it while it was in my care. Stewardship is essentially the process of good management, and great stewardship not just only manages, it also brings a multiplication.
Yeah, that was the thing that I got the most from your event, is the stewardship concept combined with going out there to multiply. So if you're a good steward of something, then you get more, which I thought was really mind-blowing, because I struggled a little bit with, the things, and you specifically used me as an example at that event here last year in Vegas and talked about my airplane. And I was like, whoa, what is he about to say about what God would be asking me to do with my airplane? And so you were like, hey, if God says to you, go take that airplane to go pick someone up because they're sick, deliver them somewhere else, and you need to go do that right now. And you would just obey. I thought you were going to say I had to give my airplane away.
Oh.
I was kind of like, oh crap. But if something like that happened, then this concept says, okay, you do good with this thing that you've been entrusted in, then you will get more. And that was really eye-opening and enlightening for me. That was something that I will never forget my entire life.
Awesome. And
I hope the people that are listening understand that that's what God wants.
My number one success tip, this is a spoiler alert, I know it's maybe coming too early in the podcast. Can God trust you with more of His people? If the answer is yes, He'll just keep giving you more and more and more and more, because there's a lot of problems on the earth, there's a lot of hurting people, there's a lot of suffering, there's a lot of things that are out of order in this planet today that God wants to see being brought back into righteousness and order. Who's going to do it? Is going to use His sons and daughters who have proven faithful and trustworthy. Even Jesus had to be tested. God does not trust what He does not test. He's always testing us, not to punish us. He's testing us to see if we're ready to be promoted. God's desire is to see us promoted and achieve and mature and develop into mature sons and daughters of God who can be entrusted with great things. And most people are thinking that God is angry at them, upset, He's mean, and He's looking to punish them. God is not a punisher. He is a rewarder. He's a rewarder of faithfulness. And so I'm glad that helped you, bro. Like I said, I think you're an amazing steward. You're an amazing manager. Yeah, and I could tell you have a heart for God. And I know you would obey and use this plane. Anytime if God led you to do something and go here, do this, do that, and I know you would use this plane for His glory and to solve problems and serve people.
It's awesome. You can see, can you see the skyline out there? That's the Vegas Strip down there.
Oh, yeah.
Right there at 1 o'clock. And then Boulder City is that little couple lights right there. I need to take my sunglasses off.
We should pay attention. We can't see crap right now.
Oh, that's because we got sunglasses on. You take sunglasses off, it's a whole different ballgame.
All
right, so we're coming into Boulder City. We're going to be landing the plane. In fact, I'm going to have you land the plane. But before we do that, while I set up and everything like that, there's a question that I like to ask people at the end of this show. What is something that you've never shared before on a podcast or on an interview or in person or at one of your events that you could share now, just in case, we're recording this, just in case something happens. I mean, you're landing the plane, so we might want to just get it on air. Maybe it's something you never shared before, something you're like, anything. Could be anything.
people. I run a faith-based movement. A lot of cool things. And it seems like I'm making a pretty big impact in some cool areas. And this one is going to be challenging for some people. But I'm going to have to confess here publicly that my absolute all-time favorite movie the entire world is not The Passion of the Christ, not The Chosen, not any of these Christian films, as you might imagine, from a faith-based leader like myself, but my favorite all-time movie in the world is Borat.
So we've talked about this before in Mexico this year, and I absolutely love that movie. And one day, we are going to do a Borat challenge.
Oh, I have the domain already.
I know. I'm excited about that one. All right, you ready for this?
Oh,
we're going to land the plane.
I think this is a bad idea.
It's getting a little dark. This will be a night landing for you. We're coming up on runway 09. 4-city traffic.
Tell me everybody else has done this.
Left downwind runway 9, 3,500.
I lost your
left base to final.
Oh, look at the lights over there. Right there, the lights of strip.
I know, it's beautiful, isn't it?
So pretty.
Well, you should be looking at the runway. The runway's right here, and you got to land this pig. So, what are you planning on doing about that? You know, huh?
Nothing.
We're going to have really nice, we'll have sun at the back. Are you ready? So what I want you to do, I'll set us up, and then I want you to kind of, point the nose at the numbers. We got the gear down, okay? Inertial separator's coming on. We'll get my checklist done. The pulse lights on. So we have the pulse lights on, gears down. We're looking good, about 1,000 feet to go. 4-C traffic, TBM 975 Charlie Alpha, left base, runway 9, full stop.
Oh, there's a runway right there.
That's the runway right there, yeah, you're going to be landing on that.
Is that solar panels?
That's a solar farm. If you land there, we're going to be in trouble.
Oh my gosh, look at all this solar.
We got about 700 feet to go. I feel good with this. 104, flaps are coming all the way down.
I'm not really landing it. It's like you're...
No, you're landing it.
You're letting me pretend like I'm landing.
No, you are going to land.
500.
Okay, so you gotta actually put your hands on the controls. You didn't really fly that much this episode, so yaw damper's coming off. Gears down, 85 knots, power's coming in. We're a little bit high, but this is a little bit like narrow airstrip, or runway here. Okay, you fly, so you have to control the plane. So just point the nose at the numbers a little bit.
What does that mean? What
you see the number 9? Just fly right to it, okay?
Bill, this is a bad idea.
And then what we're going to do is, you're flying. So right down here, you want to pull up a little bit and just kind of hold that right there. You feel that?
Airspeed.
Hold that and right back there. So there we go. Perfect, man. That was really good. You all right? You look like Borat right now, actually.
I can't believe that just happened. You must have did it for me.
You feel good? No, I helped you a little bit, but not much. Not much.
How could that have just happened?
You mean?
I just did all of it. I don't think I even did anything.
You mean? I think you did.
For the record, I don't think I did anything.
I think you did.
So, if you're, kids watching at home, you should not think you can land a plane.
You can let go. You can let go now.
I don't feel like I landed this plane. No. I trust my instructor, but I don't.
You don't feel confident going out doing it by yourself?
No.
Okay. No. How can people find out more about you and what you're doing?
Oh, man. Well, I would say that probably just check me out on social media, Pedro M. Adao at Instagram or at pedroadao.com. That's probably the best thing to do there.
Cool. We'll link all that in the description, and honestly, this is one of my favorite interviews. It's the first time we really talked about God in here, and I love it. All right, everybody, it's dark, so I hope you can still see me, but thank you for flying with us today on Millionaires in Planes Talking Money. Today we're talking money, God, business, and all things challenges with Pedro Adao. Had a great time, and I can't wait to see you guys on the next flight. See you.
Peace.